Hey, it's Frank here with 4D Honeybee, and here's my trusty sidekick, Tower, my tower of power. He's coming up with me. We are just going to do one last check of the hives before the bees come in. It's Wednesday. My bees are due to come in Friday morning, so I just need to drill some holes in the tops of the brood boxes here and just install the feeders, even though I don't have the food ready yet. I'll make that tonight and bring that when I bring the bees. But you can see the setup here. The other thing that I wanted to check out is, I questioned the use of the tarp there, and I thought that some water puddles might be good for the bees, might be bad for the bees, I don't know. But it's been a really wet spring, and what I found last time I was here was that wherever you stepped on the tarp where there was water, the water would run to the low point, which was your foot, so you got a soaker. So I may end up just maybe poking a couple holes in it just to let some of that water relieve its way out and underneath the tarp. But I mean, it's holding the grass away. You can see how the grass would really be an issue if I hadn't put down something to protect the ground. So anyway, we'll see if I can poke a hole in it. We'll get some holes poked into those top brood boxes. We'll get the feeders in, and then next time we're up here, man, we've got bees on 4D Honeybee. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little more closely what I'm doing here. And it turns out I do have the ability to make a little hole in the tarp. So I've just been poking holes, in the spots where the water is pooling. Particularly where the areas I've got to work, That should drain it all out, no problem. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Just going to put a little hole in this box. Nothing like the smell of fresh pine. Well, cedar's pretty good too. You say it, Tara? Okay, just went through. Finish it up on this side. Go. Now, poke more holes in the tarp. So this is what we got. This is going to be your upper bee entrance, 1 inch. Just clean it up a bit. Now we're putting 6 frames in here because we're coming home with 4 frame nukes. Already got the hive entrance reducer, so 6 frames go in. They're pre-waxed, solid plastic, which is what I prefer. And what should go on top of here is my new inner lid, inner cover, which I forgot, of course. So I'll put this one on, which this one has to be on for the feeding anyway. So it's not that big a deal. And we've got the feeder. Now, I've had good success with these feeders. Right? So, you can't really see it, but there's a ridge on this plastic right here, listen. And there's a ridge on the inside of the cup here. So the bees usually get a good firm grip, and they can walk all their way down to the sugar syrup. without drowning. Now I had one last year that for some reason did give some mortality, so a few bees died in it last year. I have no idea why, but you know, for 6 years and probably a total of 10 or 15 hives, only one time has there been any mortality with those feeders, so I really like them. So put the top box on just to protect the feeder, and you put the lid on. So when we come back with the bees, I've got to bring the inner cover, and got to bring its feed, and I've got to bring some bees, and we're ready to rock. So there's just a couple more things I decided to do here before I left. One is to grab those cinder blocks. I grabbed 2 more cinder blocks for there and 2 more cinder blocks for there, because that's probably where I'll sit the nukes for a couple of hours before they're ready to go in. And I also set up this here. Might as well take a quick look at it. I'm going to leave this here. It worked well before. Just in this bin, I always keep my fuel for the smoker. So I always got wood chips in there and cardboard, and I'll grab some newspaper as well, throw that in there, and make sure that I've always got that here. So it's one less thing that I have to bring and one less thing that I have to forget.